Things looked like they were getting a little bit better. We saw at the end of the summer going into the fall, where we were really kind of worried about, a resurgence when people went back to schools, when people started to try to go back into work. We're back to more than 1,000 people dying per day, which is something we haven't seen since the summer. We are hitting 100,000, 110,000, 120,000 new cases per day, which are record levels. This looks like, potentially the worst wave so far. And that's concerning for a couple reasons, but primarily because we don't have the kind of summer to save us at this point. So as we've hit these colder months, you've seen major outbreaks, especially across, the Midwest and plain states, where things have already kind of gotten cold and forced people inside. So naturally, you're seeing an uptick in cases there. There have been a lot of these states that have declined to implement mask mandates. Pfizer has developed what they say is a vaccine that is 90% effective against coronavirus.
90% is a game changer. I think that likely, based on impact, that will be the greatest medical advance in the last 100 years, if you think about it, right?
So this Moderna news is really exciting and really promising. Similar to Pfizer, this COVID-19 shot is 94, almost 95% effective is what the company is saying. And it means that if all goes well, we're going to have multiple COVID-19 vaccines on the market by the end of this year that are extremely effective.
Certainly, I can say that we're encouraged by this interim readout. And in general, it looks like the vaccine performs broadly across all the population groups that we considered.
There's a couple reasons why that vaccine didn't come before the election. Trump's own FDA set out these safety and effectiveness standards that were more stringent than Trump and the White House were originally expecting. And secondly, it's not just the administration that's in charge of this development process. These are actual private sector companies that are trying to develop these individual vaccines. What they're doing in running through these clinical trials is, trying to get to a point where they have enough data where they're confident, yes, this vaccine works. There are two things that you worry about with any kind of vaccine, especially one that's developed this quickly and that we're trying to get to people. The first one, and the biggest one, obviously, is the safety of the vaccine. The second one is around this idea of distribution. What you really don't want is to say, we have all of these vaccines, we have all of these shots, and nobody can get them.
We have about 9,000 healthcare specialists around the globe, about 140 certified warehouses around the globe, about another 100 terminals that are certified for healthcare. We also had to make some specific investments in -80 degrees storage points and containers to be able to distribute. So those are all things that we had to do.
And that's really what the incoming Biden administration is going to be focused on, especially in those first 100 days. The key question at the moment is when will the Biden team be able to get into these agencies and start work? And the answer right now is that they can't really until the General Services Administration officially authorizes a presidential transition. And part of their reluctance to do that is because Trump has refused to concede so far. If this stretches into weeks, into late November, into early December, that becomes a really big problem.
The fact that they're not willing to acknowledge we won at this point is not of much consequence in our planning and what we're able to do between now and January 20th.
If there has not been an official transition authorized, that means a few things. One, Biden teams can't interact at all with their health agencies. So they can't actually go into the offices, talk to the career civil servants, talk to the people on the front lines of developing the vaccine and standing up the pandemic response and really managing that day to day. The second thing that they don't really have access to is all the non-public information that is underpinning this response. Supply chain issues, right? And the contracts that you need to sign with private companies and suppliers and manage. And that is incredibly harmful when you're trying to hit the ground running on January 20th, 21st.
This vaccine, even if approved, will not be widely available for many months yet to come. The challenge before us right now is still immense and growing.
The Biden transition team is stocked with the kinds of public health experts that you'd expect. There has been planning going on for months of who would do what, when. A lot of this pandemic, necessarily because it's been an election year, has been talked about through the frame of the election. Every single public health expert I've talked to over the past week since the election has said we really need to prepare because these next several months are going to be very bad. And there's nothing at this point that we can really do about it. It's all a matter of getting people to protect themselves as much as they can, and then slowly hope to chip away at this pandemic and get us back to levels that are just quite simply not as dangerous, and hope that that can carry us through over these next several months.